Well, it's time for the seasonal review. Was this season of summer 2022 good in terms of the anime that aired? This and the follow-up video, which will be me talking about next season, will actually be bonus videos this week. So it's going to be a 5-video week. Even though I said I wouldn't be doing this again anytime soon, it would appear that I'm a liar. But hey, let's just get into summer 2022 and talk about the shows that came out, given that by the time you're seeing this, most of them will have come pretty close to ending or have in fact ended. So, Overlord 4. I've not even started Season 2, so let's move on. Classroom of the Elite. If you've been paying attention to my Twitter, you'll have seen me mention this every now and then. It's been great. I've really enjoyed it. I do need to refresh myself on the light novels as to whether I can determine it's a good adaptation or not, but I have most certainly enjoyed my time with Classroom of the Elite Season 2 all around. Decent. The opening is better than Season 1 in both terms of the song and the visuals that go with it. I don't really care about the ED. The animation's about as... it's okay. Okay plus at best, and then there are some glaring errors every now and then. But hey, roll with it. Moving on. Devil is a Part-Timer, Season 2. Not as good as Season 1, in all fairness. As of recording this, there are 3 more episodes, 10, 11, and 12. By the time this comes out, I think 11... it'll be coming out the week episode 11 comes out. These are... the Season 2 was... it's enjoyable, definitely, don't get me wrong. But it wasn't as good as Season 1. I feel like Season 1 has this certain magic to it that gives it so much more life than Season 2 feels like it has. I don't know if it's the visuals, because I do quite like the new visuals, although there are, again, some, a few issues with it, like melted faces here and there. But again, it's not a serious problem, especially given when especially when you consider the conditions animators work under, so I can look past that. I like the music, I like, obviously all the voice actors are the same, but I don't know, something felt missing from the second season, a certain life to it that was there in Season 1, but isn't here in Season 2. It's still good, mind you, and I'm more than happy that a sequel came out, but again, it just feels like there's something missing. Something that has hit every note, much like Classroom of the Elite has for me, is Danmachi Season 4. Oh my god. Again, this is something else that I've talked about on my Twitter every now and then. This show, well, obviously if you like Danmachi, you're going to have watched this and you're going to have loved every fucking minute of it because it has been genuinely incredible. The visuals have been great, the story's been hype. Obviously it's Danmachi, so don't expect the best, writing, but from a, action, the tension's really good, the stakes feel high, and we get a little bit of mystery going on. Weird that it's only 11 episodes, as I'm seeing now. I thought it was 12. Damn, it's only 11 episodes. Oh well. Well, to be fair, the arc can't really go on for much longer than it is now with 9, 8, and 11. 3 more episodes would cover quite a bit of content, so yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, Danmachi Season 4, really good. I pray that we get a Season 5 announcement. Keep Danmachi coming, keep it pumping. See if we can get to the end of this series with the anime, or at least cover the entire thing whenever it finishes eventually. Yofukashi no Ota, Call of the Night. Oh my god, this show has been incredible. Seriously. If you haven't checked out Yofukashi no Ota, it's amazing. I do have a video on it, but I don't really... well, I do actually. I do talk about it in a bit more detail there, so go watch that. But seriously, this is one of my standouts this season. Yofukashi no Ota. Honestly, the season all around is quite a few shows that I've really enjoyed. But Yofukashi no Ota, definitely one of my favourites this season. Isekai Meikyu de Harem War. Just watch something more cultured. There's no real reason to watch it other than that. Moving on. Tensei Kenzo no Isekai Life Dai ni no Shokugyo wo ete Sekai Saikyo no narimashita. I dropped this I watched like 3 episodes, was bored out of my mind, and left it, so I can't really say a lot about it. It's just generic isekai with a lot of terrible world-building flaws and game systems that it thinks are cool but are just retarded in nature, like being able to go into negative MP, which defeats the purpose of having an MP system anyway, because if you can go negative, then there's no point in even having the bar. But I could talk about problems in anime that use game elements for fucking eons, but yeah, this show bored the ever-loving shit out of me, so I dropped it. Kuro no Shokanshi, a better isekai than Tensei Kenzo. In terms of an isekai, it's meh. You know, it's just isekai stuff, but I do actually quite like it. It's a bit different in certain aspects. I like the characters within it. Story's all, you know, what it is. Game elements are what they are. But I do actually quite like it. It's more enjoyable than the other show. And yeah, I've been watching it so far. It's decent. Kinsuna Vermeil. This show, like, rots my brain. It's just fucking inept. I don't even know where to begin with this. It's just bad. But that's why I watched it, to see how worse it'd get, and then I stopped watching it because it just didn't meet my expectations of how bad it could truly be. Moving on. Mamahama no Tsurego ga Motokana datta. I mean, it's okay. It's, I mean, conceptually weird, because it's a romance where the 2 leads are step-siblings. But the interactions between the characters are quite enjoyable. The cast itself are actually, you know, not the worst. They're not bad. I do like them. So, all around, not a bad show, not a bad romance. Well, the romance element is very much a side thing, or at least has been so far. Obviously, episodes 11 and 12 could change that, but so far it's been mainly a side thing. Yeah. Kako no Nanazuke, continuing from last season. I made a video on it ages ago talking about the manga and whether you'd like it. As such, I haven't been watching it, so I don't really know about the anime, but I decently like the manga. It's okay. It's an alright harem with an interesting premise. Go check it out if you find the idea of a family mix-up, and then whatever's going on with Segawa-san, because I don't know, because I haven't read past volume 5 of the manga. Yeah, check it out if you feel like. I didn't watch the 2nd season of Rent-a-Girlfriend because, oh boy, did the manga disappoint me. And Licorice Recoil, or Licorice Recoil, Licorico. This show is good. But, like, that's it. It's just good. I know a lot of people really like this show. But, I don't know. I enjoy it. I like watching it. But I don't quite... Something feels like I'm not getting something that other people are who are, like, really enjoying the show. Like, it's good, don't get me wrong. The writing is good, the characters are great. But I feel like I'm just there like, yeah, this is quality. But it's missing, you know, a certain spice. Like, life. Although the show does have a lot of life in it. It's a very, you know, full show. It's very fleshed out. But I don't know, it feels like it's missing something that would make me really enjoy it. As, you know, beyond just going, yeah, this is really good. Because, like, in terms of story writing and the characters, it is really good. But I don't know, I feel like there's just something missing for me to go, yeah, this is amazing. Isekai Oji-san. Shame that it's being delayed for, you know, 72 days because of production problems. But what I've seen so far of the first 7 episodes, it's actually really good. And it's a shame that it's being delayed as such, but it is really good in all fairness. So when it does come back, I recommend you go check it out. It's a really good... the concept of it is really unique, of someone having come back from being isekai'd, but they have all their magic powers still. It's really interesting. Go check it out. I really do recommend it. It's really funny as well. Like, it's just a good show. Engaged Kiss. Okay. I've never been a big fan of the amnesia trope, within stories, but this show does it differently enough to the point where I'm okay with it, and the memory manipulation has a purpose other than just being there for plot reasons, although you could argue that, you know, it is there for plot reasons, but it adds, like, stakes. It's there to add stakes and serve as a kind of... I nearly said MacGuffin, but that's not what it is at all. Like, that's just the complete wrong term. But yeah. The show's alright. I don't dislike the characters. I like how they interact. They do feel like characters. It's an alright show in general. Pretty meh. 7 out of 10. It's got an interesting-ish story. There was a relatively big, air quotes, plot twist in the last episode. Or at least, last episode as of recording this. As you can see, it's come out before episode 12, which will be the second to last episode. And episode 12 will have come out by the time you see this, so maybe there's an even bigger one. And it probably continues on from the plot twist that I'm mentioning, that you'll know if you're watching it. But yeah, it's an alright show. Made in Abyss. I mean, look. Made in Abyss is just insanely good. The world building has gone crazy. I love how the early part of the season, which a lot of people felt was slow and didn't really... Like, the first episode a lot of people didn't like, from what I saw of in the initial reactions to it, but I love how we get this, like, story weaved in of the past and involving these characters that are the Hollows in this village. Spoiler, sorry. And it's just really good. It's a brilliant continuation from Made in Abyss Season 1. Genuinely fantastic. Go watch Made in Abyss, just in general. Summertime Render is probably one of the best anime to have come out this year, like, period. And we've had some insane anime this year. I think Summertime Render is one of the best anime to come out, like, genuinely. It is incredible. Like, the most recent episodes have been insane. And I wish I'd not made my video talking about it until later, because some of the stuff that's happened now has just has blown my expectations out of the water, and I was already far too impressed with this show. Seriously, go watch Summertime Render. I know that watching it is a bit awkward, but you know how to go watch it if you want to. Not that I'd condone it. There's nothing wrong with piracy at all. Well, there is, but it's black, it's grey, it's grey. It has its benefits. The next show of these that I've watched one episode of, Sore Demo Ayumu wo Yosete Kuru. It was a bit meh, in my opinion. Just meh. I didn't really get into it in the first episode. I know I really should... Like, I believe in the 3-episode rule, but this show I just couldn't be arsed. I just could not be arsed. Especially given I'm watching quite a bit from this season anyway, so I just couldn't. And the next show, again, something I only watched one episode of. Saikin Yatto ta Maid ga Ayashi. From the first episode, I got the idea that basically it would have one joke running through the entire thing. And the joke wasn't funny, especially because it was immediately overused after, like, the second use of it. So, yeah. Really, really meh. It looks pretty, but that's all it's got going for it. Ruby Hyosetsu Teikoku, Ice Queendom. I mean, Ruby's writing is awful. I'll be entirely honest. The writing is a fucking mess. But you can justify it with this season because it almost all entirely takes place within a dream. So sure. Not bad. The action's great. Not bad. And one of my absolute standout favourites from this season and last, Aoashi. Genuinely incredible. Easily one of the best shows this season. Up there with Summertime Rendering and Yofukashi no Uta. Genuinely watch this show. Like, I think it's the best sports anime there is. And I know we've got Blue Lock coming out next season, but I'm being entirely honest with you. I don't see Blue Lock even remotely competing with Aoashi in terms of the quality of the story and the show at all. I'm almost certainly going to make a video comparing them, but I do not see Blue Lock coming even remotely close to what Aoashi has done, because I don't know how many episodes Blue Lock will be, but obviously Aoashi might be longer, so it'll have, you know, more stuff fleshed out, but this show, genuinely incredible. And I believe finishing off here. Yep. Yeah. Finishing off here, we have Orient's second season. Look, if you watch the first one, you're in for a lot of the same. Bad story, bad meh visuals. Yeah. It's just kind of just meh. Like, yeah. I ain't really got a lot to say on Orient. It just kind of, yeah. And with that, that is all of summer 2022 covered. I've been talking now for 15 minutes straight about this season. Was it good? Fuck yeah. There were so many good shows. A lot of them here are personal favourites of mine, like Danmachi, like Devil's the Part-Timer, even though I do think it didn't quite meet what I wanted it to, but that's my own fault for having too high expectations. And some shows here just blew me away. Some of them did carry over from last season, so merits to last season as well. But all in all, this was a great season of anime. All around. I'd say this was like an 8, 9 out of 10. Well, 8.5 out of 10 season, in my opinion, from the stuff I watched. Actually, maybe 8, because there was at least 3 shows that I dropped pretty much immediately. Maybe, yeah, 8 out of 10 season. Because it does have a lot of bangers. And with that, I've been Animosity, you've been you, and I hope to catch you all next time for another video. Ta-ta, for now.